Well, hello there, YouTube, and welcome to an off and on drizzly Saturday, the 19th of February. I think the high we got to today is about 42, and I think that's about where it is right now. And you can see them mountains in the distance. The next bout of rain is like coming right at us. She's about to cut loose. I love it when you can see the rain in the distance. But at the moment, it's just almost like a fog mist is what it feels like. But it's windy and just cold. Not even Danny followed me out. I can't get out the house without that dog following me. And he goes, nope, not interested. You go on, old man. Go out there messing that cold and wet. But welcome to Saturday. So I have one at work and I have one here. And dog, if I can't find that thing nowhere. This little butane little pencil torch. And Kelly needs it for one of her that ceramic thing she's doing. And her heat gun that we got her is a little too hot and a little too big for this little tiny mold. I dug out my old butane Blue Point thing. Good Lord. I probably had this thing. Man, I don't even know. I might have got that thing when I was in Portland. I think it was once we came back up here into the Northwest. But I was digging through the kit. I mean, that thing's been used like you wouldn't believe. But it does have a little blowtorch bit to it. So maybe we'll see how that thing works. Believe it or not, I don't even know the last time I used it, but I see that it still has butane in it. Can you guys see that? Boy, them little pencil torch ones, you let them sit for a while and they just magically disappear. And there's the little backsplash thing, which work good for like shrink tubing and stuff. I don't know that I've ever even put that thing on there before, but we'll give her a shot and see how it works. Well, bye, George. Oh, feller. Well, I can't get her to focus on it, but she definitely works. Why don't you focus on that? Come on. Why you gotta be a pain? Get up close to it. Now it sees it. See if we can hold it long enough to get the... You can see she just blows right out the end. There we are. It works. Now that I got it scalding hot, I can't put it back in the case for a while. But it's got a little kickstand that you can set it on and let it cool off. We'll go like that. How about that? That'll work for her. I'll let that cool off for a little bit and I'll bring it into her. Cool beans. Good old Snap-on. Well, this is their budget brand Snap-on sales, the Blue Point. So yesterday, I know I was editing the video. I didn't do anything with it till this morning. I talked about a couple of things that probably didn't make any sense. My mind was somewhere else. But I was talking about the cleanup. How they went through, cleaned it up, and people meandering around to come back. I was talking about that little homeless camp down there. We whizzed by there, and I noticed there's still people there, but it's mostly cleaned out. Then I was talking about riding the pointing my toes down. I'm not explaining what I'm talking about. I'm looking at this thing as I'm editing the video, and they're thinking, you guys probably think that, what the heck is he talking about? But anyway, what I discovered, and then since then I notice I do it all the time. It's just some habit I picked up many years ago and just didn't know that I did it. So you guys have been riding for a while. You know, I literally didn't know this until watching some training stuff, and then I paid attention to what I do, and it's something I've always done. Just I learned it all on my own. And that's scrubbing the rear brake, throttle control, and your clutch. And you can all but turn a motorcycle around on top of itself. The limiting factors, if the if the bump stop is sooner than what you think on like sport bikes, they always get me. I'm used to a bike turning really sharp. But anyway, when I'm doing that, I'm towing down on the brake, scrubbing the brake, dragging the clutch, and throttle control. And you can make a motorcycle almost just stand still. You know, you can manipulate through an obstacle like crazy. Never put your feet down. Well, what I realized I was doing is it just must be a symmetric thing in my brain or something, but I'm pushing down, but it's always in first gear. It's always in first gear. When you go in that slow, you're in first gear. Well, anyway, I'm putting pressure. I'm standing on both toe pedals, which is a brake on the right and shifter on the left. So when you're in first gear, nothing shifts. You don't hurt anything by doing that. The shift drum is in the farthest position it can go. It can't, you just hear the, actually, it can't go anywhere. It can't shift. Now, if I was in second gear and I did that, you know, you could create a shift that you didn't want to happen. But anyway, that's what when I noticed it, that I was doing that with my left foot, obviously, and everything. It doesn't matter. I always do it. The Harleys, everything. Just did not realize I did that until years ago when the F750, I didn't get that thing turned off all the way. It's almost like I smell butane. But with those, it was specifically the F750 seemed to do it more than the 850s. It was kind of weird. But when you toe down on the brake, or I mean on the shift lever on first gear, it turns the light off. You'll see one often go bloop, the screen just goes blank. Well, that's what I was talking about. It was just an old trick for maneuvering at super slow speeds. I picked that up. I used to, you know, a different motorcycle shop. You went in and out. You took all the bikes out in the morning and brought them back in the afternoon. And, well, being a kid and being a smart A, I would ride through with my feet on the pegs. And some of the people would freak out. You know how you're a dumb kid and somebody gives you any attention, it's cool. But they would freak out that I could weave through everything and never put my feet on the ground. I even got a ticket for running a stop sign with Kelly on the back. And the police officer argued with me that it's impossible that I did that. I go, I know you got motor cops in there because the owner did own the funeral homes in Longview and Kelso. And sometimes he'd have the police run help with the funerals if it was big enough. No, you guys got the motor cops. We didn't work on them at the Honda and Yamaha shop. Later on, when I came back up here and started working, it was Longview Motorsports at the time. We worked on the Kawasaki police bikes, the old KZ1000Ps. But yeah, I asked him. I said, I know you got motorcycles in your patrol. Ask those guys. It's easy to stop without putting your feet down. Then he threw the thing at me. He goes, well, a legal stop on a motorcycle is when one or more feet go down. I think that's actually the truth. I think he was just bored. And the Castle Rock races were going on. We were at the flat tracks. And he seen, you know, I was on my CB1100F. Probably seen a couple of kids on a flashy sport bike and just figured we had to be up to something wrong. Crazy. The things that you get going for. Kelly still brings that up, probably more than me. We were young. She was some kind of mad. That old Royal Enfield, that thing is so nice. Such a fun bike. Love that thing. Love the sound, the sporty kind of a cafe feeling it has to it. And it just feels like it weighs nothing. Just a riot. So anyway, let me go take that thing into her and let her know that I found a tool. I know that little torchy thing's out here somewhere. I just can't find. I can't imagine where I put it. It should be in my toolbox, but it's not there. All right, I'm going there with her right quick. Oh, you guys remember yesterday I said there was something I was talking about when I was riding the police bike? And I didn't think it was important enough. I was just going through my toolbox one more time before I went inside because that torch thing's still a little warm to put back in the case. But anyway, I remember what it was. You remember when the Champagne Dark Edition RT Limited was in? I did the service on it. Well, when I did the service on that, I use what I call push pin pliers. I don't even know if that's technically what you call them. But here's a Harbor Freight cheap version of them that's kind of a copy of the ones I got from Cornwell. Geez, about 15 years ago. Long time ago. It was quite a ways back. But I think I was using them on Hondas at the time, but they end up being, you know, I can't live without tool for spiders. But kind of looks like this. The handles don't flare out on the tips. Much nicer ends on them. But anyway, I thought maybe because that was the last time I used them was on that spider. And I thought I left him in there. And the service writer gave him a call, and they looked in the spider. It'd be two places, either under the seat or in the front trunk. When you lift the lids on the older RTs, there's kind of like a little trough because the lid goes, you know, farther forward. There's a little trough, and a lot of times I set the pliers right there, gaining access to the coolant bottle and the diag port. Well, the limiteds with the carpeted insides, sometimes I don't see them, and when I pull the lid shut, they just go thump down in the carpet, and I don't hear them. The air compressor will be running, or the bike's running. I just don't hear it fall in there. And anyway, so she looked in the trunk and under the seat. They weren't there. That's the last time I used them, and they're long gone now. And the Cornwell guy didn't show up this week, so I didn't have a chance to ask him if he's got another pair. So I'll probably take these to work until then. Actually, I have a really old pair, which is my original pair, and that's probably the ones I'll take. I'll just leave those here because I know these work. This is part of that VIM tool company, but they don't work the best. But I mean, for years and years working on Honda ATVs and stuff, they did work. Look, I've used them so much. Look how loose they are. That thing's got a lot of use. So I'll probably take those to work with me. Yeah, I gave the whole toolbox one more look to see if somehow or another that little pin torch is in there, but it's not. I know it's out here somewhere. Where are you? I know you're out here. I can't stand when I misplace things. Thought I'd come out here for a second so you can hear how loud these frogs are out here. Wonder if they're like coyotes and afraid of lights. Not at all. Man, that's loud, huh? So that little Blue Point thing will work for her. This is that Joe Chef. It's like a cooking torch type thing. Only problem with it, it does go down low, but it's it goes all the way up to 1800 degrees or Celsius, 2370 Fahrenheit or something like that. It's pretty crazy. It does work good. This thing gets, look at the heat that thing cuts off. That's nuts. But with it all the way down, I don't think it doesn't have a huge range when you get down low. But it'll be good enough for her larger projects. This one that she's doing, it goes in this little tiny, pardon me, a trough that the mold goes into. So this one's a little over and above what she needs. That's pretty cool though. I can think of all kinds of projects for that thing. Holds a lot of butane. Nice little stand it comes with. You gotta pull the stand off to fill it, which is fine. It wasn't that expensive either. Wasn't that much at all, but man, that thing's got some horsepower. For cooking. Go figure. Comes in a nice little box, instructions, all that kind of good stuff. So anyway, I was in there helping her with her stuff. She comes out here and helps me with my stuff, so I was in here helping her with her stuff. Calculating measurements and stuff, because this thing's kind of small and hard to figure out. You know, a little GT, every time I look at you, you just keep getting better looking. Look at that already, the bugs. Bugs are a collecting. Happens too dang fast. We notice on the way home at night, even when it's cool, like last night, I think it was like 42 or something. It was like almost 60 in Vancouver. It might even been over. And, man, it just started dropping. It's crazy. We leave Vancouver, the air conditioner's blowing. We get here, the heater's blowing on the MBX. Drastic temperature changes. It's still drizzly out there. Just enough. It's keeping everything wet. Roads, you hear the cars hissing when they go by. Although it hasn't been bad now, so it must have slowed down a bit. Your times are coming, all you gals. Oh, I need to put the, I forgot about that. I need to put the tabs on Kelly's, is that right? Yeah, Kelly's Himalayan and the GT. They expired last month. So, we've already talked about some different stuff we want to do. You get those nice days, you start talking about them rides quick, boy. I'm looking forward to more times on the old GT. That's just one of those super fun bikes. Just can't help yourself but to take her for a rip. Gotta love it. Give you a little ultra-wide view of the old GT. How about that? That's almost GoPro fisheye look, isn't it? She's a pretty one. Well, hello there, YouTube. Them dadgum frogs are back out here again.
I know it.
Full force. I think it may be more rain tomorrow. Last night it was like in the 30s. I thought it was going to snow if it rained.
Yeah.
And then now it's like 44. It's actually warming up. That's a
Which means more rain.
Sign of rain. And then we're supposed to go into a crazy cold spell again.
Yeah, next week. Yeah.
Yeah,
It's colder than heck.
But drier though, right?
Yeah, off and on. Yeah.
I know they're talking about snow and above 500 feet and stuff like that. So at some point, at least that's what I overheard. I didn't look at the weather myself. Guys were talking about it at work. That could be for Vancouver too. But anyway, yeah, a nice chill day. Mama's fiddling around with her crafty stuff. I was goofing around, doing my own little thing. Took my time building yesterday's vlog. Yeah. Apologize for the late release. It was actually done about 3 hours before I turned it live. I forgot I didn't turn it live. I was busy doing other things. But anyway, on that, I think we're going to bounce out on you.
Alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. We really do appreciate it. We will talk to you tomorrow. Same smoke time, same smoke channel. Don't forget to give a thumbs up. And you guys have an amazing Sunday or Monday.
Heck yeah. There's rain hitting the roof up there.
Yep.
All right. We'll see you guys tomorrow.
See you then.
Thanks for watching now.
Bye.
Bye-bye.